Hello, my friends, and welcome. My name is Jeremy Barnett. Thanks for coming out to the live webinar tonight. We're going to get right into it tonight. Why somebody brought you here? Because it's the most exciting thing that we've ever seen. Okay? Why are international leaders, 5, 6, and 7-figure earners dropping everything to come aboard on what we're calling the global phenomenon? And with that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen. We're going to get right into it. And then what we can do is we can do a Q&A questionnaire after the webinar. Go ahead and let me know by the chat box if you can see the webinar. And here we go. Okay, so you guys should be able to see my screen. All right. Again, why are we so excited? Something is occurring around the world that's never occurred before. What I'm going to share is nothing short of a phenomena. Definition of a phenomena is the following. It's an unusual, significant, and remarkable occurrence. But what you're going to discover in the next few minutes is not only a remarkable occurrence, but it's a truly monumental one. Now, why do I say that? Because it's something that's never happened before. It's the converging of two massive industries that's created a third industry, which is now the world's fastest growing. So let's start with the two massive industries first that are converging. The first one is the mobile phone industry. Second one is the advertising industry. Okay, so let's talk about the massive mobile phone industry. But here's what I want to do. I want to put everything in a global context first to give you a global perspective on how mobile phones compare to everything else in our lives. Okay? We are 7 billion people on the planet, and here's what we call ours. Excuse me. We have 1 billion cars registered and in use, 1.1 billion fixed landline phones, 1.2 billion personal computers, and that includes desktops, laptops, and tablets, 1.6 billion television sets, 1.7 billion credit card users, 2.1 billion 2.1 billion internet users, and 2.2 billion people with bank accounts, and most people are somewhat surprised to hear that there's still 3.9 billion radio receivers in use around the world today. Well, I say that to tell you this. Mobile phones literally dwarfs them all. There's currently 6.58 billion active subscribers, equivalent to 94% of the population. That's 5.5 times more mobile phones than computers, 4 times more mobile phones than all televisions worldwide, 4 times more mobile phones than people with credit cards. Mobile is massive. It's so massive that it passed $1 trillion a year back in 2010 and is now approaching $2 trillion a year. Okay, so let's move on to the second industry, which is another monster, the advertising industry. Now, advertising started in the old days on the radio. Then it shifted to TV for years, and all the eyes were glued to the tube. Then it exploded onto the internet, and all the eyes followed. First on desktops, laptops, and now mobile phones. See, today, the majority of us spend most of our time using mobile phones for the internet, and it's right in the palm of our hands. So the $1.7 trillion advertising industry is rocketing directly towards the nearly $2 trillion mobile phone industry. Why? Simple answer. Because the average person looks at their smartphone or mobile phone 150 times a day. That's where all the eyes are today. Okay, so these two colossal industries are on a head-on collision course, and nothing is going to stop this from happening. But the collision created a third industry, and that is now the world's fastest growing. It's the mobile app industry. Okay? Mobile apps are the key, the bridge and the gateway that connects these two giants, the mobile phone and the advertising industries. See, mobile apps, although a tiny industry by comparison, only 30 billion, but that's really incredible because it's just a baby. See, mobile apps only began in 2010 when Apple started the craze by introducing iPhone apps, but that was only the beginning of the explosion. Now, we measure the growth of the app industry not by subscribers but by downloads. In 2010, even Apple was shocked when 10 billion apps were downloaded in the first year, and then 2 years later in 2012, 30 billion apps were downloaded, and some experts were wondering if it had actually peaked. But it really had not. Last year, in 2013, it reached 73 billion. And this year it will reach over 119 billion downloads for the year. And in about 18 months or so, get ready for this, 300 billion apps will be downloaded. That's 800 million apps per day, or more than 500,000 per second. So it's going to grow from 10 billion downloads 4 years ago to 300 billion downloads in just the next year and a half. Folks, that's 30 times growth. It's absolutely insane, just massive, right? So you don't have to be a CEO to understand those kinds of numbers. So where do you and I fit in this grand design? Why are you here? Why did you come to this webinar? Why did somebody invite you? Well, let's start off by asking you a couple of simple questions, and I promise this is going to make absolute amazing sense to you. Would you say it's fair that any and all businesses would like to generate more sales from their existing customers and acquire new customers in order to generate more revenue? Well, of course they would. More sales equals more profit. The question becomes, how do business owners generate more sales and get new customers? Well, they simply need to advertise more, plain and simple. But here's the challenge. The majority of businesses today simply cannot afford to advertise more because it's not in their budget. Okay, so we've pretty much defined the desires and the challenges for the majority of business owners in today's global economy. They want to generate more sales from their existing customers, they want to acquire new customers, and they basically cannot afford to advertise more. All right, so let's move on to the next part of the storyline. Do you believe the majority of consumers around the world are interested in saving as much money as they possibly can? Well, the answer to that is an obvious yes. And how do we know this to be true? Well, let's take a look at the exploding coupon savings programs that have popped up over the last several years and happen to help lots of people save lots and lots of their hard-earned money. Companies like Living Social or Groupon, Foursquare, Retail Me Not. As you can see for yourself, people love saving money. So a quick recap again. Businesses want to do more sales with their existing customers. They want new customers. They cannot afford to advertise more, and people love saving money, period. All right. Remember, we know that the eyeballs around the world today are looking at their mobile phones 150 times a day, right? Okay, get ready because I'm going to tie this all together for you right now. We are BizBiz.mobi, and over the last 2 years, we've developed the first advertising, communication, and proximity mobile application of its kind anywhere in the world. Welcome to Youve, the mobile app that provides solutions for consumers in those small, medium, and larger businesses that are owned by our family and friends, and that happen to represent 90% of the global economy. See, Youve becomes the gateway for 90% of commerce worldwide and will grow virally with tens of millions of free members worldwide. How is this possible? Well, because it does 3 great things just to start. Number 1, it helps people save money. Like those other apps we just talked about, Groupon, Living Social, Foursquare, and Retail Me Not. But what makes Youve really unique are the next 2 features. It empowers your favorite merchants to communicate with you wherever you are in the world. Okay, that's powerful. And number 3, using the highly sophisticated geo-targeting proximity technology, it creates brand new customers for the merchants by connecting them with all the free members traveling in their area. Okay? Here's what happens when anyone that has the Youve app travels within a 10-kilometer or 6.2-mile radius of the merchant. They will get pinged on their phone, just like you get pinged today on Twitter or Facebook or any application that you hold value to. You're going to get pinged on your Youve application with discount specials, offers, or promos, photos, or whatever the merchant is advertising at the moment. Let me show you an example. This allows the merchant to target a whole new group of customers in their area. No one else offers this functionality. Take a look at this. Boston's Pizza, they're running a 2-for-1 special from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. today. Okay? They send out a notification on their Youve application because they are a merchant of the app. Here's the example of the people walking in the area. at the 6.2 mile radius. They all have smartphones. They get pinged. Here's the Youve application. So imagine the pizza advertisement there. And what happens is they go into the Boston's Pizza that they just got an advertisement on because they're getting a good deal, the 2-for-1 special. That's what they wanted. They were hungry. So what happened was Boston's Pizza just acquired a brand new slew of customers walking in their area. And all those customers are happy because they just found out about a new pizza joint that they never knew about before. So it's a win-win situation for everyone. Okay? Now, as you can see, the Youve offers many, many more features, the consumer and the merchants, but we just wanted to highlight the simplicity and the power of the top 3 for you. Okay? So what does this state-of-the-art application cost the merchant who would otherwise need to have a 6-figure advertising budget? It's $30, not per day, not per week, and not even per month. It's $30 per year as in 8 cents a day, okay? Which happens to make Youve the most cost-effective form of advertising in the history of the $1.7 trillion advertising industry, again, for only 8 pennies a day. Folks, when you have a service that millions and millions of people worldwide will demand and use every day, then you position yourself in the right place at the perfect time to take advantage of that trillion-dollar shift of wealth. Okay? So now, let's talk about how easy it is to get started and how simple it is to earn income with this unique global opportunity. Okay, here's you. You're an associate. You become a BizBiz Mobi associate for a one-time cost for your associate package of $145. You're going to receive 10 Youve activation codes, which you can now sell for $30 a piece. You now collected $300 by selling your 10 codes. That's $155 profit, and now you're off to a fast start. By the way, you can sell these codes anytime you like. But now here's the big question, so pay attention. Do you think in your first week, in your first week using the MAG training platform, okay, which is our mobiappglobal platform, which is an array of support systems like daily conference calls, webinars, leadership training, and the MAG marketing system, which is an online marketing system that we'll present to your prospects. Do you think by using our system that you could help introduce 2 of your friends to BizBiz? Yeah, most people feel they could probably get this done in just a day or 2, but suppose that you're really busy this week and it takes you the whole week to accomplish. Being serious. Okay, it's week 2. I'm sorry, here they are. This is week 1. There's your 2. Let's call this Bob and Mary. Okay? So let's keep this really simple. Do you think that your friends can do what you did? Sure they can. They're going to use the MAG training platform to their advantage and introduce BizBiz to their friends, and here they are. Okay? There's Bob and Mary, and they introduced their 2. Bob introduced his 2. Mary introduced his 2. Okay. Now, fasten your seatbelts because it's about to get crazy, and I mean in a really, really good way. I'm going to now show you what happens when we all do the same simple thing for the next 10 weeks. It's called exponential growth. And by the way, nobody does this alone. This is one big team effort where everyone uses the same support system and everyone does the exact same thing. Share the good biz news. Ready? Here we go. Okay, Bob and Mary, they got their 2. There's 4. That's week 2. Now we got week 3, 8 members. Week 4, 16. Week 5, 32 members. Simple math, right? Let's keep going and watch this. Week 6, week 7, week 8, week 9, week 10, 11, and now 12. Okay, so now you're saying there is no way in the world I can ever help 4,000 people. And no, of course you can't. No one can. Look, the only thing everyone did was rather quite simple, to be honest. They tapped into the MAG training platform and used all the free information support tools available to become an educated professional business owner. We learned how to effectively invite people to watch videos, webinars, and do 3-way calls, and helped only 2 people get started as associates in their first week. That's all you did. Okay, here we go. So what does this example actually represent in potential earnings? Are you ready for this? $34,100 per week. Yes, that's over $1.7 million per year. Thinking to yourself, what? Okay, I realize that for many of you that's absolutely ridiculous, and I understand that. But think of it like this. If you failed this example 90%, I mean, wow, like you would still be at 175,000 per year if you failed this example by 99%. I mean, let's say you only got 1% right. That's an extra 17,500 per year. Think of the impact that an extra 17,500 can have for your family this year. How about getting rid of the mortgage or car payment? Okay? Maybe a student loan. Folks, we're talking about a very special opportunity here. This is an opportunity that is going viral around the world. Now, the word viral is a very powerful word, and we don't use that lightly. So let me tell you why BizBiz.mobi and the Youve app will be a global viral phenomenon. Now, here are several strong reasons that make this absolutely definitive. First, let's share a little secret with you. Most mobile apps don't go viral at all. As a matter of fact, the majority of apps never even get downloaded. The only reason why any app will become viral is it has to provide emotional and logical value to people to the point where they want to use the app every day of their life. As already mentioned, here's why the Youve app will become a viral app. Okay? Strong viral case points. First, to market, GEO targeting, proximity technical platform that provides all Youve merchants and free Youve members the ability to generate more sales in existing database and gain new customers. And it allows members to save money by taking advantage of all the discounts and promotions being offered by the merchants. Remember, this is a really cool point because every time a notification is pushed out to the Youve members, it's coming from a real person or a real family who owns a real business. We're talking about the people we know. It's not one of the 50 million emails being sent to you from some data center that's pumping out emails promoting some national chain's daily discounts, okay? This is, oh yes, by the way, we already told you it's free for members and only $30 a year for merchants. It's absolutely incredible. So this is a real app with real value for real people. Now moving on to some other reasons why this opportunity will go viral, okay? Everyone gets mobile, they get advertising, and they get the mobile app deal. It's basically objection-free. There's no learning curve whatsoever with downloading apps. It's basically a global business built for speed where the majority of people around the world can participate in. Why? Well, we're talking about a one-time startup fee of $145 and a $35 monthly success pack to be active. That's it, which gives you 2 Youve activation codes to sell every month, and of course you can do as many as you wish. Lastly, the most successful leaders around the world are flocking to join our amazing Mobiapp Global team of professional entrepreneurs. Why? For all the reasons that we mentioned above, and because we equip all of our teammates with a self-directing training platform and powerful marketing system that is working for you 24/7, 365, and is second to no one in the industry. Folks, don't miss out on the next huge paradigm, the blending of these mega industries: mobile phones, advertising, and mobile apps. I want you guys to understand that we're absolutely in the beginning stages, and I think it's I believe it's important for you to understand that we're in the absolute beginning stage of something very special here, which leads us to a very critical point for you: timing and positioning. See, timing and positioning has played a major part in many successful people's lives, and including many millionaires and even billionaires. Hopefully you recognize that this is a huge play as we're in our pre-launch phase, which is the timeline before we officially go live and launch BizBiz.mobi into over 123 countries worldwide. Yes, that's into 123 countries. And the best part is you have the rare and unique opportunity to be one of the first members to join your secure financial position in BizBiz.mobi's corporate structure. Now, I want to encourage you to get back to the person that invited you to this webinar tonight and find out how simple it is to simply lock down your position. Discover the 7 lucrative ways to earn commission through our dual team structure, the mega matching bonuses, the super center bonus, and our global revenue sharing bonus pools. We're talking about 7 generous ways to earn income here. It's really simply the best available anywhere in the market today. And last, get your BizBiz.mobi business off to a fast start by going to www.mobiappglobal.com. Simply take advantage and use all of the free training system that's available to help you succeed. And I want to thank you for taking the time to watch this presentation, and we look forward to helping you take your business all around the world. Welcome to our amazing team of global entrepreneurs, BizBiz.mobi. We're global, we are mobile, and we are going viral. And with that, guys, that's going to conclude our presentation. I'm going to come on back over to the screen. And awesome. And we're live and back. All right, guys. Thanks for sticking around. Doesn't look like we lost anybody. And hopefully you guys didn't have any audio issues. I didn't see anything. Does anybody have any questions about what they just saw? How many people, by typing in a Y for yes in the chat box, are ready to get started tonight? You're getting back with the person that brought you to the webinar. Go ahead and don't be shy. Awesome. Cool. All right, guys. Well, if we don't have any questions, what I'm going to do is this will be recorded. It'll be on the Facebook page. It's also going to be in the back office of mobiappglobal.com. We're doing a lot of work to that. It's still in the beta section right now, beta phase. Over the next 2 weeks, you're going to see a lot of changes in there. And I want to thank you guys for coming out tonight. If there's no other questions, we'll go ahead and conclude this webinar. Thanks for stopping by.